Good evening. If you use the M5, prepare for your journey to take longer. The BBC has learned that major repairs will close alternate sides of the carriageway for 18 months and bring the speed limit down to 30 miles an hour. The stretch of the M5 affected is the elevated section between junctions 1 and 2. The concrete under the Obree viaduct is cracking. It needs to be waterproofed and repaired. But it could have been worse. If they'd kept both carriageways open, it could have taken 6 years to complete. Our transport correspondent Peter Plisner is at the Traffic Control Centre in Quinton this evening. Peter, this sounds pretty major. How worried should commuters be?
Well, certainly they should be worried, I guess. This is a vital part of the Midlands motorway network. 160,000 vehicles cross the Obree viaduct every day. Like some other parts of the Midlands motorway network, it's an elevated section, and some have likened it to the Forth Bridge, which is in need of constant maintenance. Queuing on the M5 this morning, but when the roadworks start, things are likely to get even worse, and that means plenty of staff late for work at nearby companies. David Woodward, who commutes from Worcester, runs one of the local firms, and he's not looking forward to it.
Just continues the frustration of using the motorway. Vast majority of our staff drive to work. I would imagine with that sort of disruption, they're probably going to have an extra 30 minutes commuting time, both morning and evening.
Rising out of the mud, the finished columns are like the vast ruins of an ancient Greek temple.
Constructed back in the 1970s, the Obree viaduct was a marvel of modern civil engineering. But nearly 50 years on, it's showing its age, and Highways England says repairs are badly needed.
Well, we haven't done any major maintenance on this carriageway since 1987. It's waterproofing underneath the road surface. That has now come to the end of its useful life.
Up above me you can see that the motorway has been temporarily shored up because the concrete has cracked and is badly damaged now. What will happen is when they start the work in April, they'll take the complete decking of the motorway away, hence the reason that they need to close one entire carriageway to do the work. And they'll be starting in April with the southbound carriageway. Once closed, they'll move all the traffic across to what normally houses the northbound lanes. And because there are slip roads at either end of the viaduct, traffic speeds will be reduced from the normal 50 miles per hour in roadworks down to an unusually low 30 miles per hour.
A 30-mile-an-hour speed limit enables us to keep the slip roads open. That was a major ask from the local council and local businesses. So the 30-mile-an-hour enables traffic to merge over quite a small distance.
But it'll still mean major disruption, and that's not good news for local businesses, including parcel carrier DPD. It has more than 1,000 lorry movements every day in and out of 3 depots close to the motorway.
They have to do the work. We understand there will be congestion, but the cooperation we've had with Highways England, we are confident that it's not going to cause us any issues.
The work on the M5 is expected to last 18 months, but even before that starts, Highways England is warning drivers of more roadworks on the M6 close to Junction 7. A much smaller job, it's scheduled to start in February. Well, this is the live shot of the M5 Obree viaduct tonight. It's free-flowing but quite busy. Roadworks actually starts. Worth bearing in mind that in closing one carriageway, they'll be reducing the lanes down to just 2 lanes in each direction rather than the normal 3. So what's being done to minimise disruption? I'm joined from Highways England by Frank Bird. First, tell me, it's going to be a bit of a nightmare, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be quite challenging for us. I mean, the good news for motorists is that we've worked hard with local authorities and also businesses in the area, and actually they've helped shape what the traffic management is going to look like for the next 18 months.
But what about diversionary routes? There are other routes that can be used, perhaps southwest to the northeast using the M42.
Yeah, absolutely, and we will be signing those routes to try and encourage people to use the M42 as an alternative route. We're also saying to people, can you start thinking about your travel arrangements already so that it doesn't come as a surprise when we do start the scheme in April.
And dropping down to 2 lanes, it is normally 3, that really reduces the capacity quite drastically, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what people must remember, it's an ageing structure, but of a long-term investment to keep the motorway network new and modern, or as new as modern as we can make it, and we would say that actually looking sort of further ahead, that we will be putting an awful lot of additional resource into the area to try and smooth the way.
Frank, many thanks. Well, those roadworks will start in April, but just remember that on the M6 near Junction 7, there are some roadworks starting next month.
Peter Plisner, thank you for that.